Well, I expect some of you are wondering why I'm sat here looking like an idiot. Well, that's because I am. Right, so I thought I'd take off the helmet and put my hat back on, because I don't actually need my helmet just yet. But as some of you know, and some of you have been following my journey about making the Ovia EEC road legal in the UK and registering it as a moped. Now, the last time that we covered this issue, I sent off my V55 form, which is a double-sided document. I'll put all the links in the description below where you can get this document, but after you've got your MSVA single vehicle approval, this would be the next step. Now, as I said, there is a help file and guidance notes that goes along with this form. It looks very complicated, this form, but I can assure you there's actually not a lot. Once you read the guidance notes, there's actually not an awful lot that you need to fill in on this form. But I will, on the screen, I will give a full list of all the documents that you need to send to the DVLA with this supporting document, etc. So there's a few things that you need to send. Anyway, arrived in the post just the other day. I received my registration. So the bike now has a fully licensed registration number. So I rushed off to Halfords and well, I have my first registration plate for the Ovia EEC. So why am I holding it in my hand and I'm not on the bike? Well, there's two things to that really. A, the bike isn't insured. I still haven't got around to insuring the bike yet. Obviously that is a requirement to go out on the road. But the biggest part for me is that I don't hold a current license in the UK for a car or a bike. So now that the bike is passed, I've applied for my CBT, which is your compulsory bike training certificate. So hopefully when I've completed that, I'll then get insurance for the bike, pop this number plate on, and we'll go out for a ride. But yeah, I just wanted to let everybody know that, you know, that this process was relatively easy to get all this up and done. Now, because it's an electric vehicle, you are allowed to have a green number plate. And essentially what a green number plate means is that in this corner here would be a green sort of oblong, which depicts that it's zero emissions and it's electric energy. Now, as far as I can make out, there aren't any benefits for bike owners to have green plates at the moment. It's really meant for cars, because you don't get charged in emission zones with a green number plate. Obviously bikes, I don't believe, are charged anyway, so especially not an electric bike anyway, and anybody can see that it's an electric bike and not a fuel powered bike. Anyway, where was I? What was my next thing to talk about? Oh, that's right, tax. So this form, which is the V55, This is a form for your first registering your first bike and your tax. So because my bike is under 350 kilograms, I am exempt from paying road tax or emissions tax as well, because obviously the bike is low emissions and it's under 350 kilograms. So with those two things in mind, I don't have to pay road tax. Literally, as soon as I get my license and I get my insurance, I'll get my insurance on the day I get my license, and then I'll be popping this on the back of the Ovia EEC and we'll be going out for a ride. So I don't know when, I haven't got my date yet for the CBT test, but I'll take you along if I can. I'll sort of have the cameras rolling during my test if I can. I don't know if that is going to be possible or not, but we'll try. Anyway, so I'm just going to get off of this screen for now, and we'll take a little bit of a closer look at this form and the guidance notes and all the things that you need to send along with your completed form. They take about 4 to 6 weeks to process all this, so not particularly a long period really. I waited about the same time to go and get my MSVA type approval appointment and get all that information processed through the DVLA. All in all, it's taken 12 weeks, so 3 months really. Yes, it is a bit of time, and I'm sure that depending on your area where you live, because mine is southeast of England and I had to use Gillingham. Gillingham covers a lot of the London borough. It covers southeast UK, and obviously, as you probably can expect, the population in this area is quite high. So that's probably why it took 6 weeks to get my appointment for the MSVA. Now, I have heard from other people that have used this process that they've managed to get their appointment within 1 or 2 weeks. Now, they did say to me that they applied during the winter months. So I don't know if that had any reflection on, because I requested mine during the summer. I don't know if they are seasonal. I would imagine there is a possibility of it being a little bit seasonal, but I would also imagine that it's dependent on the area where you live, on the demographic as to how many people are in your area as such. But I would imagine it's taken me the longest time because of the area where I live in. So it took 6 weeks for both processes to be absolutely completed. But I'm very happy now, and now the very proud owner of my first legal e-bike in the UK, registered as a moped. Right, let's head on over to the screen and we'll talk about other things that you need to send off with the form. Right, so as of October 2024, this is what the government website looks like. You'll need to download both the V55/4 application form, and also I advise you to fill out the V55/4 registration guide that's below it. Once you've downloaded it, the form will look something like this. Now, I'm not going to go over all the questions, but as I said, read the guidance notes and you should be able to get an idea of which ones to fill in. As I said, most of these questions do not apply for the e-bike anyway. And there we go. That's the end of the form. Also, you'll need the V267 form. Again, I'll put the links in the description below. You then send all that off to DVLA with all the required documents as listed on the help notes, and you just wait 4 to 6 weeks for your registration and to arrive. Anyhow, I hope this has all been informative to you all. If you've got any questions about this registration process, then yes, please drop us a comment in the box below. So that leaves me to say thank you ever so much for watching. Until the next time, take care, ride safe.